Hi guys, what's going on? And welcome back to another episode of Total War Arena. So, we are on to the Tier 7 Romans, the Centurions. Yeah, so far, I have not actually played these guys yet. This is literally going to be my first game, so I thought it would be kind of cool to record it just to see how it goes, could give my first impressions of them, see how they compare to the Tier 6s. I can't remember what the Tier 6s were, something like Veteran Legionaries or something like that. Have a quick look, can't remember. Just normal Legionnaires. So yeah, onto the Centurions. From the initial look on a stats point of view, they look to be very similar to the Tier 6s, just an improved version thereof. Mobility-wise, again, not too bad really. A base of 3.6, but again, a little bit of bonus with that, carrying on with some of the Greaves. So yeah, not so bad on the movement speed. I was quite pleased with that as a base value, particularly compared to some of the heavier stuff, which goes really chronically slowly. So yeah, I was quite pleased about that. Body armor wise, you know, we're starting to get really quite nice now into some sort of high, like 150-ish sort of value, and then we're getting like what 41 on the shield armor, which is really quite nice as well. So you're getting like around the 190-ish, maybe something like that in terms of total block value from the front. It's really quite good. You're not going to be blocking everything, but you'll be blocking equivalent tiers of Roman Legion cavalry only deal like 180, 190 damage, so you're going to be blocking the bulk of that. So they are going to be fighting well. Combined with the fact we're getting the 230 on the weapon damage, and I've not yet got the upgraded weapon, which is going to give another plus 30 on the weapon damage. Combined with this, a lot of stuff's carried over. You know, we've got the helmets, all of this is carried over. The Republican Greaves. I think this was from the Legionary Cavalry over. Actually, the Augustan Lorica Hamata. Which, yes, it is, and that's what carried over here, so it's nice, it's interchangeable with the cavalry territory. And the shield, which I actually just got from the previous tier, the tier 6, I was waiting for Germanicus himself to get leveled up, so I decided I might as well unlock this here, because it carries over, which it does, it makes the grind a little bit easier. So now I'm just going to be going straight for the first weapon upgrade. Equipment-wise, in terms of consumables, I think there's only two options. Unless you're specifically taking them in a defensive capacity, you know, you're in a party and you want to take stakes and barricades and stuff to protect some artillery, then really the only two things you should be taking are Weaponsmith, because you already have really good weapon damage, so you really want to be exacerbating that because you're already clear of people's armor values, so that's a clear bonus. The melee attack on top of that also means you're going to be landing hits a lot much easier, which is also good, and you actually get a bit of melee defense as well. Plus 3 doesn't seem like a lot, but when you actually consider melee defense, you know, base 47, it's actually a reasonable amount. Then your other two options are Armorsmith or Drill Sergeant. Well, if we break them down, they both get plus 8 body armor, so that's exactly the same. But you're getting 6 melee attack and 4 melee defense, both great offensive and defensive characteristics. Whereas on the Armorsmith, you're getting 4 missile block chance. Well, in Testudo, I'm already over 100 on the missile block chance, so the bulk of the time, that's a completely redundant bonus because it doesn't have any impact on me, and plus 1 shield armor. Well, that shield armor ultimately is just a one-to-one relationship with body armor, and actually it's worse than body armor in a way because if you get attacked from the rear, shield armor doesn't count, so that's like basically just having plus 9 total body armor and 4 missile block. Whereas this, the melee defense, is actually reducing your chance to actually get hit, so it's much better. I'd easily be taking Drill Sergeant over the Armorsmith. I can't see any reason why you would take that, unless maybe your Testudo wasn't yet fully upgraded and you weren't quite reaching that 100 on the missile block. So yeah, that's it for the consumables. So let's hop into a battle and see how we get on with these guys. So we are loading in with our Centurions. It's recommending me go out over here, but I think I would rather go for the hill. It's kind of where these battles are often won or lost, and particularly being sort of Roman infantry, I think that's where I'm looking to be going. It clearly looks like they've got a reasonable map support around here. We've got some elephants which are moving up with us as well, so hopefully we should be relatively well off for taking this hill.
Capture the enemy base or
Old Suicide Hill. So let's get moving. I shall spread my units out a little bit. There we go. Looks like these other Centurions are coming up with us. 1 unit of archers. We're a little bit lacking on the range front, let's hope. Oh, we've got some slingers actually, maybe not too bad. Keep on moving up. It's sometimes easy to look at the stats of these guys when you're just in this sort of mode. What's their body armor look at? 153, pretty good really. We're going to get a bit better in terms of the shield armor and stuff, I think, once we get things a little bit more upgraded. Because shield armor's 41, so we're sort of rocking around the 190s. These guys are in trouble. Oh no, the Italian nobles didn't press home the their advantage. It's kind of surprised, really. Okay, our own cavalry's got stuck in. Let's keep everyone moving up. I've noticed I've almost become see-through. I'm a ghost of myself on the face cam. Okay. Oh well. Not important. So, we'll keep moving these guys up. It'd be nice if I can engage these cavalry, but it looks like they're going to pull out. But then some enemy spearmen have come in. Our guys oathed. They are. I have a bit of a hard time of it then getting out. Oh, I don't have any javelins. Okay. Right, it's my first game with these guys, which kind of caught me out. Okay, unexpected. Very much unexpected. I might try and fight these guys. I notice he's controlling his pikemen over here, you see. And it's making me think he might not be paying full attention to these guys down here. So that's why I'm going to push this guy this way. And I am going to try and catch him out. Because he's not actually in phalanx there, so I'll get a charge off. And then we're going to come round, we're going to come round, we're going to come round up. Bit of a late on the charge there. And let's go for it. Go for a stab. Should get real knockdown there. Are we going to vengeance? Are we going to vengeance? Is there anything else around? Well, vengeance on 2 units. There we go. We're cutting him down pretty quickly. He is routing. Just try and get maximum damage in. While we've got him sort of enveloped. Let's go for our stab. Keep up the pressure now. Start to get some of these units flanking round. Because that's really what we need to be doing in this sort of situation. Oh yeah, if he's going to follow me like that, that is absolutely perfect. Let's get everyone on him. Go on, just rack the damage up now. There we go, really good strike. We're starting to rack the damage on this guy now. He'd obviously got his unit clicked on me, so he was focusing on that one unit. So as I dragged him around, his own unit turned. Looks like he's got a rear flank modifier, so he looks like he's going to be routing. Come on, let's kill that unit. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, because I want to get the heavy infantry charge off on this guy. Pull these guys through. Charge. He didn't get his hoplite phalanx down. Let's get the damage in on them. Perfect. That is exactly how I wanted that fight to go. Oh, come on. There we go. So, what else have we got to deal with? We've got some living infantry coming out the forest up here to the north. Our vengeance is going to be dropping off because there's nothing else here. At least I've got 1 unit left with some vengeance. Those ambushes, I'm not going to be able to catch them, I don't think. Libyan heavy infantry, they're probably going to have an ad portus available, which is going to make things more difficult for us. Oh dear, some heavy... yeah, let's go for a charge there. We'll get a good slam into the side, maybe. Let's get that unit in there. 3 after you, and 2 after you. Who's not in vengeance? You're not. So let's vengeance you. Let's get cycling through our stabs, is what we want to be doing. Had an initial good start with that charge. They went for a charge of their own. I don't think that's going to do them many favours though, to be honest. Let's see how they do. Oh, there actually has dribble infantry. Okay, interesting. I would have thought that's a positive. Really, I'd much rather fight a Hasdrubal infantry than a Hannibal with his ad portus, particularly with a friendly elephant here as well. He keeps trying to use his flying column, but it's not really going to help him. Oh, he's made a mistake. He's trying to pull through my unit. Let's go for the stab. It's going to be perfect. Oh, the damage. Oh, look at that. That was a phenomenal hit there with our infantry. Exactly what we want to happen. We have got this one in the bag in terms of this fight here, and it looks like the battle is really tipping in our favour now. I'm trying to rack up a good amount of damage to these guys. It's just what the Romans are absolutely perfect at. These just long, drawn out, heavy infantry fights. So they really come into their own. Let's keep this guy, notice him with a vengeance as well, so that's perfect. And he's still stuck in the fight. Let's keep up the pressure on them in the middle. Keep cycling our stabs. Don't want to be letting these drop off because they add quite a significant amount of damage to what we do as we cut down these last couple of Libyan infantry. Okay, then all we've got to deal with is these archers, I think. So I think we are onwards. Is there anything really that's threatening my base? We've got a whole unit of Romans there, a couple of archers which are dying. So yeah, I think our base looks like it's safe. Got to be really careful. I find it in this sort of situation, it's so easy to get like tunnel vision and focusing on just trying to kill more and more, and then actually forgetting that you've left your own base undefended, and all of a sudden you turn around and you're being capped out. So, but no, I think we're safe in this one. So let's keep coming off Suicide Hill and keep advancing up. Go for a heavy infantry charge just to gain a little bit of ground. And keep on marching down. I don't know what base movement speed we get with these guys. Just short of 4. Not too bad. I definitely prefer them to the painfully slow, like the Roman armoured legionaries, which are just chronically slow. Like these guys, the veterans, are just so painful to play with. Germanicus is just far too slow. So I'm fairly confident in the sense that we are going to be winning this battle, which is making me feel a bit more reckless in terms of my plays now. I think if you've watched me a while, you'll notice I tend to be a lot more careful when I feel that I may win or lose a game. You know, when I think there's a lot to play for. And we'll beat them with our own charge. I've just gone straight with vengeance. So we're going to have to break out of this fight, really, I think. Go for a stab there. And I'm going to try and break out. Because you see how he went just on straight away with vengeance? We know he'd already used his heavy infantry charge not that long ago, so I'm hoping it's going to give me enough time to get away, which it is, and we should be able to bait out his vengeance. I don't know if both units went vengeance. There we go, it's off. So that's fine. Let's reform up and start to move in. Let's go into our formed combat. Get those two guys to get the charge off, which we won again. Oh, you're going to have to go for you, aren't you? Which we won again. Oh, we've got a vengeance back on someone. Oh, there we go. We've got some vengeances back. Nice. Obviously, eventually, it does have that really long cooldown, but it does come back around eventually. So, and we've got a little bit of friendly support coming in. We might get these guys to rout. That would be nice. We'll cut them down these really quickly then. Yes, look at this. Now we're going to get some damage off. I'm going to turn formed combat off because I'd rather the units just mingle and kill as quickly as they're possible because they're obviously not under threat themselves. Those guys are fighting on reasonably. I've still got my vengeance here I'd kind of like to make most of. So let's go with a heavy infantry charge. Straight stuck back in so we don't lose our energy because you only get 10 seconds with vengeance and it really runs out shockingly quickly. Keep cycling our stab. Trying to get more damage in. Keep our guys in the fight. Are these guys vengeance as well? They are, which is what's making it more difficult for us. We have got this friendly elephant now on scene. Are we going to be winning this fight? Probably not. I think we're a little bit too outnumbered now, and obviously we're against the heavier enemy infantry, which also makes it more difficult. Although it looks like we're going to get a bit of allied support in here now. Yeah, good job. Is some of our men going to survive? They're having a bit of a rough time of it. Oh, we're going to get them to rout. Nice. Nice job with the support. Just kill these last couple of people then. And then we've really, I think this is it. Then we've got this in the bag once these few die. And there we go. Victory. So, yeah. What are the Centurions like? Great. In a nutshell. First game. Really like them. They're just very similar to the Roman infantry. I mean, they're really, with Germanicus, they're really dominated by the vengeance. It's such the overriding characteristic of how they play. But, you know, vengeance aside, then they're not that slow. You know, we saw just running across sort of like a grassy knoll, they were getting about 4 on the base movement speed, which is perfectly reasonable. You know, it's not an unreasonable movement speed. So it doesn't make them feel horrifically sluggish. Maybe a bit slow compared to some units. But, you know, you can get away from a lot of the heavier Romans. As you saw when we disengaged from that enemy vengeance quite easily, we were able to outrun those heavier variants, which is why I think with Germanicus, you should always be taking the medium Romans over the heavies. You know, on top of that, they actually have really good combat characteristics when they fight. Just normally, you know, without vengeance on, they are a really solid infantry unit. It's at that defense value in terms of their body armor and shield armor, which makes them really quite good. They just have reasonable melee defense and stuff, so they're just a really resilient unit around. Obviously, when you're really on the back foot, formed combat works well. But if you ever sort of get someone to be routing, something like we did, like in some of those situations, you really want to be turning formed combat off because you want to be sort of enveloping and swamping that unit. You're trying to kill it as quickly as you can. And if you're in formed combat, everyone huddles in their neat little blob, and any enemy units that scatter never get caught. So you're better turning it off once you get into the sort of nitty-gritty, or you're in a clearly winning fight. You're better with it off. So yeah, hopefully that gives you a little bit of a summary of what these Centurions are like. They're only going to be getting better because I've not got any of the weapon upgrades. As of yet, you know, we've still got another plus 12 melee attack, 30 weapon damage, and 3 penetration. That 30 weapon damage is going to put that at 260 base weapon damage, which is going to be really quite high. It's going to make vengeance even more menacing as well. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed this sort of bit of a slightly random overview of the Centurions. I'm going to play them a little bit more, get those weapon upgrades, and see if they get even better. Thanks, guys. I shall see you all on the next video.